Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back for some more EVE Online, and welcome also to Duality, the test server for EVE Online, where CCP is holding a mass test concerning the new bookmarks. And so we need to create, so when I say go, I'd like everyone to create a personal folder. Please open the people and places window, click create folder, give it a name and select personal folder as the type. Go, so let's go, create folder, personal folder, test, submit, and that creates a folder. The main focus here is to go through different steps concerning the new system for the shareable bookmarks, and of course to test the server as well. So for instance here they want to see what kind of a load I think they get from people just creating a personal folder. What I've learned so far is that you use the same access list system as what you have in the thanks everyone, don't worry if you missed that. So what I was saying is that the new shareable bookmarks, you can see that I've got a couple of folders that have like a small bar underneath the folder icon. Those are shareable folders, and you basically just assign an access list to those. But let's not get ahead of ourselves too much. We're here for the mass test. Let's see if everything works, and let's see what CCP wants us to do exactly. I think I'll try to add an extra explanation at the end of the video, although might have been good to add that in front of the video. We'll see if it works out. So step one was just create a personal folder, and I made this one here test. I also made a test one already. I was just trying to wrap my head around this new system. I found out decently quickly how it all works. So yeah, a little bit of a learning curve to it, but once you understand it, I think it will be a decently smooth system. So don't worry if you missed that. Let's see what comes next. I think we'll go through all the steps anyways, so it should be fine. And down here, let's take a quick look. See, yeah, I assume we'll need our access list. You do need those, and you always find those in social access lists down here. And then you basically can create different types of access lists. You can see here again, I've been testing a little bit before in order to get that going. We, for instance, have a public access list, which I already have from TQ as well, that I use for the corporation, for the structures, since they are public, accessible to everyone and anyone, except for people that war deck us. So for instance, these two corporations have done so they have been banned from my access list. You can very easily make a super detailed access list. Corporations, individuals can be added, blocked, given different levels of access as well. So it does, in my opinion, work as expected. So that's looking okay. And then let's see if CCP Lebowski has more steps for us. We're doing personal folder for now, guys. We'll get into shared later. Okay, that seems fine. Maybe I do have the time to quickly cover the basics, since CCP does seem to be going very deep. Nope, here we go. Step 2. Now we will repeat this, but this time we will make a personal subfolder in that folder. Please open people's and don't click submit until I say so. Oh, so they want us to be ready basically. So, and then in test, they want us to right click, create subfolder in here, and then we'll do step 2 maybe, folder. Like that. And when he says go, wants us to submit that. 3, 2, 1, and go. There it goes. Step 2 folder created. I'm actually, while I'm at it, I'm gonna edit this folder, and we're gonna make this one step 1 folder, submit, just to make it a bit more recognizable as to what's going on. And so yeah, this is in people, places, and places. We, for instance, have my own personal bookmarks. I have bookmarks in lots of the belts, just, you know, from the old days in Dital, in Ibali, in Odinesin, and then also in Iona. I could warp to several places in every belt without any trouble. And I also have an undock spot in Jita 4.4. And after that, we also have the corporation bookmarks, which has stuff like what we're calling the space-time rift. It's actually like the center of the sun in Isesama. We get some provi spots, some more mining stuff, and then corporate signatures, which is actually empty at the moment. So yeah, in a personal folder, you can create subfolders, and then well, if they're personal, they're for you. Nobody else can access them. If I'm not mistaken, where can we see that? You can always press edit subfolder. Nope, not there. Then we can press edit folder itself right here. So you get personal folders are only available for you. Limits are 3000 bookmarks per folder, 5 active folders. Shared folders can only be opened, let's see, a bookmark for the next step. So everyone undock. If you are not undocked, okay, I can definitely get there. Maybe I'll just try to fly away a little bit, because I did make a bookmark right here already, just to test stuff out by myself. But what I wanted to show you guys is right here, the description. Shared folders can be opened up to other pilots by using access lists and can be dragged to chat to create a link. 500 bookmarks per folder, 3 active folders is the limit at the moment. Subject to change, I've already read, so that's important to note. And then you get several access levels. View access, view the folder, warp to the bookmarks. Use access, you can add bookmarks and update your own bookmarks. You can create a subfolder, update and delete your own subfolders, and you can copy bookmarks. After that, you get manage access, edit and delete bookmarks, edit and delete subfolders, and then the admin can delete the folder itself, rename it, and update the access lists itself. So it is pretty clear if you find this description, I think, what this is all about. And then let's see if we get the next step going, where we're supposedly going to create another bookmark. So I think just the add location button is important here, and just, you know, be somewhere in space. 73 in local, 72 in the mass testing channel. Not that many here. It is on duality. I already saw some server hiccups basically when I was trying to, for instance, put a different skin on my Drake. Drake Navy issue actually. So that happened as well. Well, it's I think even less powerful than CC. Step 3. Now we're going to make a personal bookmark. Everyone please open a new location window. Control B. Oh, okay. And select your personal subfolder. So we're going to put that in step 2 folder or subfolder. Don't click submit until I say so. Expire never. So I'm ready to submit. Okay, yeah, Control B, actually an important one to know. 3, 2, 1, and go. Submit. There it is. So you've got the bookmark in here, and you actually have, I'm also going to stop my ship. You actually have the bookmark right here as well, showing up in space, which you can, I think, remove like this. Yeah, there we go. Now it's gone. And now it's back. So that is very cool. I mean, the bookmark system is actually really cool and necessary in a game like EVE Online. But this has been working nice. Great. Moving on for now. Let's see. So that was step folder spot. I should then probably rename that. Maybe can I do that? Edit location, and I'm gonna call that step 3 bookmark. Let's submit that. Any mass questions? Always, you know, I'm trying to keep an eye on everything, also on the feedback from people. But yeah, actually pretty intuitive. Yep. So far, of course, this is just a good old bookmark system. Let's see what they want us to do next. What is a little bit confusing, you've got a shared folders with admin access down here. You can't open it up here. So that's maybe a little bit confusing, at least it was to me. I was expecting if I would click on this that I would be able to see everything in bookmark test 1, and there is a bookmark in here, but you can't. So you gotta get into the folder here that's marked with the little bar down here. So this is just an overview of all those that you can access. Not really sure if you can do anything here. It does show that there's a delay of 2 minutes on those folders. So that's something to note as well. Then we've got inactive folders. Don't think I have any of those. And then agent missions, that's empty as well. Okay, we're going to go back and repeat step 1 again before we move on to get some more data. Okay, that's fine. So normally they'll want us to create folder, personal folder. And I'm gonna call that, I'm not sure if they're, actually I think he's copy pasting steps, so second personal maybe. Something like that. Which is then just gonna add a folder in here. Step 1 redux, there we go. So second personal, that'll be okay. Please open people and places. Click create folder, give it a name and select. Don't click submit until I say so. Or I could also call it step 1 redux, but you know, second personal will be fine, I think. So ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go. Press submit. There it is. Another folder added. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, just gotta stay in this channel. So there we go. I think I was a little bit late on my step 1 folder myself because I was just trying to get the intro for the video done. But that is working and working as expected. I'm gonna keep this one like that. Now we can see people here around 2000 kilometers back at normally the top station. That one is actually seated at the moment, so you could buy anything and everything except for supers for under disc. You could really try everything out. I went with the Scout Hunter Drake here, something that was tanky enough if there was ever a PvP fight to it, but also fast enough if we had to warp to other places. Moving on, time for the shared folders. That's super, because of course that's where the new stuff started to come in. So let's see if they want us to immediately add an access list or not. But this is where it will get pretty interesting. So this is my bookmark test 1. And we're gonna probably call that like step 5 or something like that, or step 4 folder, step 3, yeah. Let's take a look here. And so far at least it's working. Could put that here. Maybe I'll also keep one eye on the performance. Capped at 60 FPS, and we'll see if it has like an impact or not. Should have done that from the get-go. And I think so they'll want us to do a create folder, is what I'm expecting. But then what you can do is click on shared folder. And that's very cool, right? Here you can have a view access list, a use access list, which as we saw before here, I think, use access, you can add bookmarks, you can update and delete your own bookmarks, but not everyone else's. You can also create a subfolder, like your own subfolder, update and delete your own subfolders, and you can copy bookmarks as well. On the view access, you can only view the folder and warp and align to its bookmarks. So most basic, this actually allows you to use the folder itself. Here then on manage, you'll be able to edit and delete all bookmarks, edit and delete subfolders, and then the admin can actually also go delete the folder itself and dive into the access list itself. And so if I actually would click on that, you can see that I have the access list. So test 1 is public, this is corporate, this is the public one that I use for my structures, and then a bookmark test 1 that I also made is also a public one at the moment. And then this is just admins, which is only like certain people. Let's see if Spilabowski gives me enough time to go to this here, access lists and bookmark administrators. So you can see it is like the leaders or something like that. Let's see. Step 4, we're going to each create our own public access list to use in later steps, but also to see if we can break the access list system a bit. Everyone open access list, click, give it a name. Okay, so this is going to be step 4 list. So that's exactly where I was going. Access list, new access list, step 4 lists. On my go, everyone should click on create access list. So let's do that, and yeah, let's maybe add a description. 3, 2, 1, go. Create access lists, and we have step 4 list. It's right here. I'm not gonna edit it just yet. Maybe that's gonna be like step 5. But yeah, this gives you an idea. You could now assign that access list, although it updates only every 2 minutes, I think, to the new folder that you're trying to create. So great. Now we need to make it public. So that's just click on the add everyone and then confirm, I think. Or is it just click on add everyone? And public, again, also doesn't add the admin or manager logo. It's just members. So it's not like they can then start editing the list itself, like getting rid of certain people or things like that. And then the blocked, of course, can't have access to it. Those would become like the exception to your add everyone. So let's see if he asks us to do that on a go as well. So in the meantime, you could, for instance, add, I don't know, tests, do a search. Or is it breaking? There we go. So you could add corporations and then, you know, make them members. Okay, let's keep it up here though. Step 4.1, with your new access list selected, click on the small word icon. You can do this straight away. Okay, we can do this right now. So we're doing that. Everyone is added. So step 4 is now a list where I'm the administrator. I can add people, block people, do whatever I want, but everyone else, you know, can access whatever this list gets assigned to. So that makes sense. Okay, moving on. Does that mean that I can, well, I guess I'll keep this open for now, just in case. Ready to close it. See if my bookmark is still there. Yes, it is. I think we'll be all right. So that is something that we do need. And I think next we'll have a tier 5. So maybe just to show it. So it was social access lists. Let's not work in the, step 4 list. Where's the public stuff? It's actually gone. Let's try and add that again. Everyone. Okay. And then what I could do, let's say that my brother pissed me off. Then what I can do is, I think, add member and then actually drag him to blocked, and now he's blocked from this specific access list. Or you could redrop him to member. You could also make him a manager, or you could make him another admin. That's how this one works. I'm actually gonna remove the member again. And now that it's on everyone, I'm gonna quickly reopen that just to make sure. Access list step 4. Okay, everyone is in there. So that looks like we're good. Okay. Time for shared folders. Should be okay. And we are good to go. Lots of ventures, some asteros, and even a capsule. That's actually a smart idea to run this from the biggest. We got a Nix here, and we also had an avatar earlier, and then all the way down to a pot. So it makes sense. Okay, step 5. We're now going to create a public folder. Give it a name and select share folder as the type. You'll see the window expand. Make sure you add public access list at the view access level. The other access levels can be whatever you want. When you okay, so create folder, shared folder. We'll just call it step 5. We'll add some gibberish in here. And then the view access list has to be our step 4 list. And here, well, you can just, add like your own admins, for instance, whatever you want to do. I think that this makes most sense. When I say go, press submit. So we are ready. Notes. Maybe I could go for like, come join me. Or something like that. And then we await the go. And this is really the new stuff, of course. You're actually creating a folder that you can then link into a chat channel. You can then join that folder, and then people can just join you on these bookmarks. This would allow, for instance, for people to be joined without necessarily going into fleets and things like that. Or if all your fleets are full, to all warp to the same point. Note, admin must be given an access list that is not public. Okay, so you can't... kind of makes me want to give the try, like step 4 list, but it's probably going to give us an error if we do that. Okay, makes sense, of course. You don't want everyone to be an admin of your own folder, so that should be stopped. And all we have to do now is wait for the go. I am ready to click submit. This is the real test, of course, because this is the new stuff. 3, 2, 1, go, submit. So there we go. We now have our step 5 folder. I'm actually going to start flying again a little bit because I have the suspicion that they'll want us to make yet another bookmark. And in here, okay. And so now I have created the step 5 folder, which is still empty. But again, you can then take a look at that. You can also edit it if you're an admin. It's now a shared folder, step 4 list, which means that it's public. And it falls under this part. Step 5, already known, delayed by 2 minutes. So you do have to keep that in mind. It's not because I make a bookmark, put it in right away that everyone can warp into it. There's like a 2-minute delay before it will show up, pretty much. So we've created our step 5, and then we could probably call that shared or public. For instance, you can play as much as you want with this. Great, looking good so far. Well, it does seem to work. I can rename this, and I haven't really seen anything on the FPS monitor, so that looks good. Note, if you already have 3 shared folders active, it may have gone into inactive folders. Okay, I just made my 3rd one, so this is actually good, but an important note, because it did read that you can only have 3 at the same time. Where did we see that? It said so somewhere, but I can't remember where anymore. Moving on, should I delete one just to make sure? I have this bookmark test one. I'm gonna delete this one actually. Delete folder. Yep, just to make sure that I could join someone else's folder and try to warp to them, for instance. So we have made a public folder, and that seemed to work. Oh, and then it goes, into inactive. Oh, maybe I should have kept it and seen if, well, we'll just try to join a couple, and then normally some of them will be moving to inactive folders. So that's why that exists. Now that makes sense. I was wondering, why the hell do you have this stuff here? Why do you have inactive folders here? That doesn't make sense. Well, this is for the shared folders that you had access to, but they've been deactivated probably due to the limit. That makes sense. Okay. What's happening here? Is there on how many shared folders you can have? Yep, so that's 3. So that does make sense again. Everyone is, of course, finding the same stuff out here for the first time. This is really cool. Honestly, joining these moss tests, especially for the more technical parts here, does help you to basically be prepared, be ready when this stuff finally hits the queue. It might change a little bit, but not too much normally. Step 6. Next, we're going to test moving bookmarks around between folders and subfolders. You can drag bookmarks between any active folders to move them. When I say go, move lots of bookmarks back and forward. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with... damn it. Where is the... go. Okay, well, let's just take all of my detail stuff, for instance, and then I want to share this into my public folder. That's that. And then I'm also going to add this bookmark, which is in this system. And we're going to move that over here. And after that, we're also going to move all of my Nibale stuff. And we're going to put that in a second personal. There we go. And then we get mine in Odenessin. All of these bookmarks are going to go into... do I have them? Yep, I think I can put them here. Something just blew up, but it's hopefully not the servers. So into my corporates, which is now up to 121. So I'm basically emptying out all of my own empty bookmarks. And so we still have Yona. Okay, thanks. So that's enough. Not sure what happened back here, but that felt like an explosion. So I emptied... we can show that, that's not a problem. Step 1 folder is now empty as well, and then the step 5 public folder is holding all of my belts from Dital. So I'm actually going to see if I can create a subfolder here, and then we're going to call that Dital mining. Whoops. One eye on the chat there, of course. And we're going to make that in step 5 public, submit, and I'm actually going to move all of those here. All of them then, please. I should remind you all that we'd really appreciate bug reports for any issues you experience. I mean, so far, it has been working for me, so that's nice. And just to keep the overview, but like this, for instance, I could, you know, tell people to join me in mining in Dital publicly, or what this could be very handy for is if you create a moon belt to then immediately make bookmarks so that people don't have to warp to the structure to then actually go on the overview and warp to a mineral. And what the hell is happening back there? Not sure, but okay. All right, moving on. And right, I'm actually gonna leave that in here. It's gonna be tough for the server, I think, to have to take all these bookmarks from Dital and actually put them in a publicly accessible list. So we're just gonna leave them here, and then this one is actually visible back there somewhere. Is it far enough for me to warp? Normally it is. Let's see if I can right-click that, warp to location. Yep. So that's looking okay. And I could also just, you know, was it Control B? Yeah, I could always create another one and put that in the step 5 public. Ah, man, then it does become like a little bit of a mess, but you could always do that as well. Right. Ready. Okay, so that's still including Sis Bilobowski and an ISD on cockroaches. So these look pretty cool. Omega, I think it's more than that. They should have their own icon, CCP icon. But all right, let's see what our next step will be. 5 personal and 3 shared is the limit. Step 7, sharing and subscribing. When I say go, drag your public shared folder into local check, then click on other public folders and subscribe to them. As many as you can. Okay, all right. So all I have to do now, step 5 public is the one that I want to share, is you drag that here. So that's going to be a little bit of local spam. And then we're just going to click on some of them and see what happens. As many as I can. So, okay, we'll try and do that. Or maybe I should wait to put mine up to increase the chance that people will actually go for it, for mine. The later you are, the more popular you might become. Let's wait for that go. Step 5, you can drag the folder directly from here. Yep, so I can just take this. I can't take that, yeah, but I can take step 5. So your personal folders doesn't work. 3, 2, 1. Go. All right, put that in local. Oh man, and then of course, can I click on some of these? Jesus Christ. Add folder. I'm actually gonna make this quite a lot bigger, so I've got some time. AAA, add folder, test Woe Titan. You don't have access, someone made a mistake. You do not have access, someone made a mistake. Shared, you do not have access. CCP, Carker, add folder. Yep, add folder. This has no description. Okay, we're just gonna test already known, add folder. Limited bookmark lists, share tests, public. I'm just trying to join as much as I can. Let's see if I can find another blue up here somewhere. CCP secrets, that interests me. Not so fast. Is that? Yeah. Please wait 11 seconds before trying again. So we are hitting the limit. Can I see here? Share test 1, no items. So someone kept an empty one. That went a little faster, I guess. Let's see if I can join the CCP secrets. Where is it? Where are CCP's secrets? Let's go down the list a little bit for the people that... Nope. What the hell? This one. Or oh, it goes in inactives. I see. All of these have found their way. Test 3. Let's see if I can add that. Oh, it's another one. The Great Link. You do not have access to this folder. Test 4.2. Add list. It's down here. Mass test 2. Add list. So it is working a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add list. Step 7. Yep, joining as many as I can, and you can see them pile up here. Share test 1. Okay. Test pub already known. Test Woe Titan. You do not have access to this list. Okay. Num. Public folder. Bookmark. Let's add num. Yeah, I already have that one actually. Thanks everyone. Cease the spam. Okay. Let's bring local back down a little bit. Like that. And then can I make folder active. Or forget the folder. I see. So that's how it works. Only managed to do 18 of them out of 80. Not that good, but all right. Hope it helped. I think, yeah, when I first joined the server, my co-incorporated folder was actually immediately turned into a shared folder, which is not entirely logical that your that your corp folder would become shared right away, but I think you can just remove it. You just saw that you can make as many of them as you want, so seems like it's okay. Is that an access list? Let's see. No description. Access list admin. Oh, does that mean I can't join it? Or am I ready? Nope. Okay. AM. Let's see here. Activate bookmark folder. Yeah. Okay. Not sure how that works. Step 8. Inactive folders. Everyone right click on any shared folder you have and mark them as inactive. So we're going to inactivate co-incorporated. And then mark folder as inactive. Go. Okay. There we go. So I inactivated my own corporation's bookmarks. And then we still have shared test 1, which popped up. Doesn't have any. Let's mark this one as inactive as well. Let's see if something else. No. Okay. So if you test the system, it's just gonna dump everything into the inactive folder, but you do have a link to, if you still have the necessary rights on the access list, to actually make those active, I presume. That's gonna be the next step, of course. So this is, I guess, how they're planning to keep things under control a little bit and manageable for the servers. Step 9, everyone click and subscribe to this folder, mass test folder. Mass test folder, let's keep an eye on it. Okay, and because I inactivated the rest, I guess that we managed to get straight in there. 1, 2, and 3. Awesome. Let's align to the first one just to be ready. We can expect that to be the case. It would be cool if you could somehow see how many people are currently have the folder as active, for instance. That would give you a very nice idea as to popularity or activity or something like that. But of course, just ask everyone that has access to warp to a bookmark, and you know right away what's happening. So not really that necessary, but it would be cool, right? If you could somehow know. So mass test folder, I don't think I can I like right click and remove this? No, so I only have a view rights. Any way for me to find that out? Open group, forget folder. So I can't do anything basically. Can I control B, and then can I choose mass test folder? No. So if this I were more than just on the view option, then I would be able to do that. When I say go, warp to one of the bookmarks in that folder. So I'm ready to go for, well, the first one. I think it'll be the most popular, and I will do, we'll actually do a warp within 10, just to try not to get into a big ball of ships. And of course, this is where the real magic is supposed to happen. Share this and allow people to find those places in space together. 3, 2, 1, go. Warp within 10.
Warp drive active.
Warping to bookmark 1. And let's see if anyone else found their way to bookmark 1, which you can already see it in space. That's very cool. Can I also somehow see bookmark 2? Normally you can. There's bookmark 3 in space. Yeah, you can see that. And then bookmark 2, I could, I guess, align to it and then try and spot it that way. Bookmark 3 is actually at the sun, I think, or very close to it. And so here's the people that found their way to bookmark 1. Very nice. Stradios, Synesis, Kikimora. Combat is not allowed, so let's not send Raizo Typho back to his station. But let's follow these steps neatly. Let's maybe activate that just in case, because The mere mention of combat tends to get some people's blood boiling. We also have Tyra. Pretty cool. So that does seem to work. Can I also see... let's see. Nope, not here. Step 5 public. That's where I also still have a bookmark. Let's see if I can align to that. And then find it in space. That's bookmark 3. And I was pretty close to the stations. And that is back there. Yeah. Step 3 bookmark. Very cool. So I'm changing the use access public now for the next step. Okay. That one is gonna micro jump away. Gone. Cool. I'm guessing that he'll allow us to make our own bookmarks. Edit them, maybe. Let's see. And that does take 2 minutes to update. So right now you can imagine that Bilabowski is actually in the access list. And then, for instance, this one would be the one that he has assigned to the master folder for view. He might add that to, let's see if I can get that going in the edit folder, right? That's going to be here. He might just add that to use access. Okay, let's see what's happening then exactly. When I say go, please create a new bookmark in the master folder. Control B, select folder, get ready. Okay, so can I already select it? Mass test folder. Not up yet for me. So that, let's give that, keep checking, I guess. Musico folder, second personal, step 1, step 2, step 5. And it needs to be mass test folder, so still can't do it. Oh, and other people are already creating bookmarks. Why can't I do it? I can't do it. Lots of people can. Let's see. Add location. Can I go this way? Second person. Step 1. Step 5 public. I still can't. And right click here. Nope. Let's try add location again. Step 5 public. Step 1. Second personal. No, I still can't do it. Interesting. You can see that some people have managed to do so. A lot actually. But I still can't. What do I have to do to make that happen? Let's see. Let's delete this one. And then press Ctrl B again. Second personal. Step 1 folder, step 2 folder. Test 1 active, test 2 public. No, still can't do it. Remember that you need to set the folder as active to add bookmarks. It's supposed to be active, yeah? Oh no, it's right here. Yeah, so it's bound to be active. Let's try that again in a minute. I'm clearing out the folder now. Yeah, and I guess it's a, yep, some people. Yep, same here. I'm gonna add that as the feedback. Let's try that again in a minute. I'm clearing out the folder now. So he's admin. He can just remove everyone's bookmark. Normally, people can only add bookmarks or remove bookmarks then that they've added themselves on the second level. Try marking the folder as inactive and then active again. Okay. Mark as inactive. And then mass test folder. Mark as active. There we go. That is possible. that was happening because I just deleted a shared folder, and so when I joined right away, it was active right off the bat, and so maybe that's where the problem lies. Let's do a Control B now, and then let's see. Yeah, I still can't select. I still can't select it. Interesting. Let's remove. Let's just remove more folders, just to lower my amount of options. Don't add bookmarks yet. So people can still do it. We'll keep the step 1 folder. We'll remove this folder just to make it as clean as possible. So that's the mass test folder. My own public one that I've created. Then get all the inactive ones. And here you can see admin access. That's not what's meant to be here. Okay. And now keep testing. Step 1 folder. Step 5 public. Still my only options. Let's maybe refresh this window as well. Then try that. Let's see. Let's mark this one as inactive. This one as inactive as well. I want to join the party. And then in the inactive folders, mass test folder, mark as active. Okay, there it is. Maybe close it. Control B. Nope. Now I lost everything. All I can do is make bookmarks in my own personal. And if I click expires in, does that change anything? Nope. I basically don't have permission to put a bookmark in that folder. Yeah, but that's what CCP Lebowski changed, and it was pretty obvious that it worked for a lot of people. Please add following folder. You might need to mark another folder as inactive. First, mass test folder 2. Okay. Add as active bookmark folder. Okay. People and places. There it is. So I am in the list. I'm sure that they can see like at the back end who has it open. So that's all right. And then we'll maybe give it like a little bit of time. But that's interesting because this is, of course, well, adding bookmarks. Yeah, it can be handy, of course. Let's say that you're in trouble. And you want like your emergency folder or something like that. Well, you want people to just be able to add the bookmark as to where they are so that the fleet can very easily warp in right on top of people. And we can already see that someone has managed to add in a bookmark. Get ready to add bookmarks to add folder 2. Well, all right, let's see if I have the option. Yeah, okay, this one does work. 3, 2, 1. Yep. Go. So I'm gonna submit one as well, and there it gets filled. Bookmark or bookmarks. Yeah, all right, now that's that's a lot of bookmarks all of a sudden. We're expecting around 80. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yeah, a bit less than 30 for a full page. That's starting to look close to 80 for sure. And can I then see them in space? Are we... Let's see here. We should see... I've got one here. I've got one here. Ah, he's already getting rid of them, I think. Or do we have to keep... Yeah, you can see that update here from time to time. Great job, everyone. Tests. Let's go like that. Get another bookmark. So you can see yours very easily. Oh, yeah, why don't I see these actually? I only see these 3. And a little bit of a dip in performance when I did that. Can I like see... Oh, 135. Oh, there's actually a counter up there. So we could have we could actually have seen that. And then here we get a spot. So a couple of them do show up. And so all of these are green. Let's see if I do align to. Where that's at down here. And I do see some at the sun as well. But it's like slowly, oop, there you go, more. And it's now slowly populating in space as well. Look at that. That's a lot of them. I'm actually gonna warp to these just to see if it's. Oh, there they are. There you go. That's what I was expecting to see. There they are. And so now I'm warping in there as well. So the server is actually catching up to all of these bookmarks and is actually adding them in space as it catches up. So you do see like a little bit of a performance dip because of that. But that's where all the bookmarks are at. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. And then if I wanna let's do that. It feels a bit risky because of the numbers here, but so you can then remove that visually. And then you can add that again. Yeah. Server does not like that, or the client doesn't like that too much. And this is obviously the place to be if you like it hot. Okay. Very good. Why do you keep shooting? So some shooting happening as well. Bookmarks are going up to 213. Let's add our own again. So mass testing 2 folder. Sunspot, for instance. Yeah, and you've got the alphabetical order here, which is actually really important as well. Thanks everyone, the official part of the mass test is now concluded. Bug reports can be sent, of course. Honestly, except for the fact that I couldn't edit anything in the mass test folder, which I still am not able to do, I think. It worked quite well. So we're actually gonna warp to the station to get away from all the background noise a little bit. Quick look again. Nope, still can't do the mass test folder itself, but the other one did work. And just to end the video, I guess that I'll recap what this was all about and how at the moment at least it looks like the new bookmark system is going to work. So first of all, what you will need is an access list, which you will find in social, then access lists, and there you can basically create a list of your choosing. You can make it public with this one, or you can just add individual people, corporation, alliances, and basically any entity that exists in the game. And ooh, this got kind of wrecked. And give them the different levels of access. Just a member is only like view, manager can manage, and admin I think can basically also delete. For anyone who's still bloodthirsty, you can warp to the correct bookmark in this folder for a free-for-all fight. So you can just click on that. Let's make that an active one, and we'll go take a look in a moment. But as I've said, first of all, create a list and tune it using this and then these items to the specifications that you want. After that, you can go to people and places. Then you can create a folder, which you then make a shared folder. Give it the name that you want, the notes if you want to, and then of course your view access list is the one that allows people to warp to it. Then you've got a use access list. They can add and remove their own bookmarks if you want to, and then manage can actually get rid of all the bookmarks, so you'll probably want to keep that. Administrator and an admin as well cannot have a public access list added to it. Just press submit, start adding bookmarks, and there you go. You basically have created one of these folders. I've already reached the number of folders, but that's okay. After that, you can clearly see them in the list. They have an extra bar underneath them when they're shared, and this allows you to just drag them into So the free for all, let's do that for instance. You can just drag them into a chat channel to share them with other people, and then free for all subcap, we can just warp to that location, and then we can still end this mass test with some explosions as well, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, I like it. It is true that, if I'm not mistaken, it makes it like a little harder to sell bookmarks, for instance, for escalations at the moment. It's basically gonna take like a level of trust on either the buyer or the seller. So what you could do, of course, is create a folder like that where you sell access to, and then as more and more people find you a trusted seller of bookmarks, you can start to ask ISK for that, and then people will probably pay that just to get access to your lists, for instance. That is a different model that you can try to do. In the meantime, there's some people here, and let's see if I can actually take on the Garment, because this one is actually designed, we'll go after the Gila as well, designed for the patrols. So let's engage the Garmer. Let's open fire. Is he still? He's actually already out of range. That's too bad. Gila is next. Engage. And missiles coming in. Then we get CCP Master Plan, who can probably take all of us on. And here we go. People are actually already going after me, which is fine. So we get a little bit of fighting. Let's see what kind of damage we can do to that Gila. While the Harbinger is already attacking me. I've got drones on me as well. I'm whipped. I'm scrammed. So this is not good. I'll actually be... Oh, well, there's another wreck. I thought I'd be the first one to go, but that is not the case. And yeah, nice spot in front of the sun to have a little bit of a fight at the end. Very cool. Ooh, the Gila is slowly breaking though, so he might go down. Garmer is too far away. We do have some capsules and things like that. Performance, of course, not really the major issue on this mass test. And on duality, decently short notice. I think it was just like 3 days or something like that. So not that many people. I think we went up to like 80 or something like that. I hope that CCP got all the information that they needed out of this. And I also hope that this could be useful for people that are looking into how this new system will work once it's deployed on TQ. I think it's promising, and it worked very well. So as my ship gets destroyed, we are going to call it for this mass test. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and as always, I'll see you next time. Let's see if I can still get out or if I get targeted. I would love to go to top station dock where I could reship, but that's not gonna be for this one. Yeah, managed to get out. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.